Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will be discussing about Jonathan Mukundi and the wife Philomena Njeri's murder case and their wealth. On 3rd August, the year was 2021, the life of a Kiambu multimillionaire businessman Jonathan Mukundi and his wife Philomena Njeri took a tragic turn. They had created a perfect image on social media, showcasing Snapchats of their adventurous lifestyles. However, the veil behind their marriage was lifted on that fateful day when Jonathan Mukundi decided to unlive both his life and the life of his wife. Jonathan was born on 14th March in the year 1977 in Nairobi. He was the second child of 3 children born to the late Michael and Teresia Gachunga. He was raised by his parents in a Catholic church. His father killed himself before he finished high school. He started a matatu business with the matatu he named Nameless, named after a Kenyan musician. 6 years later, his uncle Josephat Mukundi introduced him into the business of buying and selling of damaged cars at a throwaway price and selling them at a profit. Mukundi's business grew and he was the biggest supplier of second-hand spare parts in Nairobi. He then expanded his portfolio of business to real estate. He built a multi-million home in Kirigiti, Kiambu County. It was beautiful and heavily secured with high walls, security cameras, and 12 German Shepherd dogs, which both Mukundi and the wife adored. He was a generous, jovial individual with a great sense of humor. He easily blended with anyone and everyone in spite of their social economic background. He was also a very hot-tempered person, which caused him to take his life and that of his wife Njeri. One of his neighbors said that Mukundi once unleashed his dogs on a domestic worker who once stole cans of beers from his fridge. The neighbors also added that Mukundi could not tolerate having unknown individuals near his home. He would always shout at the strangers from the balcony, "Unaingia huku ni kwa mamako," and then chase them away without giving them a chance to explain themselves. Living in the US were his ex-wife and 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. The details of their relationship isn't available in the public domain. He remained very close to his children and traveled abroad oftenly to see them, attested by his domestic worker. After the end of his first marriage, Mukundi found love in 2010 with Philomena Njeri Wanjiru, born in March 1991 to Margaret. She shared a close bond with her mom since she was the only child. Njeri studied a diploma in ICT in Zitech University. After graduating, she started a business. In 2010, when she went to a local club, she met Mukundi. They were both born in March, running their own businesses. They settled in a come-we-stay marriage arrangement. She left her small business and went to manage her husband's second spare parts dealership in Mlolongo. They frequently traveled together, hosted legendary parties at their home, or just have drinks by themselves or visited their mothers. Sadly, after 6 years of their marriage, they began fighting and arguing a lot, causing Njeri to frequently leave their matrimonial home. Those close to them alleged that their numerous fights and breakups were things like Njeri partying too much, money, infidelity, and not having kids. They also claimed that between 2020 and 2021, the frequency of their fight increased. 2021 was the year when other things messed up, and both of them will be no more. 2021, Njeri turned 30 on 3rd March. One of their domestic workers claimed Njeri enjoyed herself to the fullest. She threw a lavish party, and fortunately for reasons unknown, shortly after the party, Mukundi and Njeri had a nasty fight, which led to couples separation. Separation, which lasted close to 5 months, was the longest the couple had experienced, with efforts of friends and families to reconcile them proving futile. On Monday, 2nd August 2021, Mukundi planned to lure Njeri to their mansion in Kirigiti, Kiambu. On evening of that day, Mukundi, who owned the fleet of cars and never used a taxi, suspiciously got into a taxi at his mansion. The taxi was driven by his close friend Robert Njuguna. It was unclear where they were going, but just a few meters after leaving Mukundi's house, the car got into a minor accident in which none of them were hurt. This was around 8:45 p.m. Mukundi then called Kiambu police station, just 13 minutes away, to report the accident. The car was taken to the police, and Mukundi went back home. Later on, Mukundi, who had not sustained any injury, called Njeri, letting her know that he had gotten into an accident and he was hurt. He requested her to come quickly to take him to the hospital. Njeri ran to their home against her mother's advice not to reunite with him. Perhaps it was just motherly instincts, and she was able to see what Mukundi was capable of doing. We will never understand what transpired when Njeri got into their mansion, since it was just the two of them in the house. They were in the master bedroom, which was locked from the inside, and Mukundi, who was a licensed firearm holder, turned it on Njeri, taking her young life before turning it on himself. The following day, 3rd August 2021, their domestic workers, who lived in quarters outside their mansion, that is, noted the couple had not come downstairs for breakfast or lunch. They assumed that they had slept in. It was Mukundi's friend, whom he had been with the previous day, who suspected something was wrong when he called him for hours with no response. He sensed something was off and went to Kiambu police station and submitted a report at 6:01 p.m. and an OB number was given. Together with the police officers, they headed to Mukundi's home, where the master bedroom door was locked from the inside. They broke the door and found both Mukundi and Njeri deceased, and it was evident Mukundi carried out the act. Neighbors and workers explained to the police and the media that they did not hear any sound, suggesting that Mukundi might have muffled the gunshots with something. This news sent shockwaves across their communities and the country at large, raising a question of how a seemingly happy couple living comfortably will reach such a point. A video from the couple's home following a gruesome discovery can be seen here. Some of Njeri's friends alleged that Njeri will pinch money from Mukundi's second-hand spare part business, which she managed. It was alleged that Njeri was using her money to build her mother a home and erect a commercial building. Allegedly, this angered Mukundi to unfold their fights to the extent of threatening to dissolve their marriage and sell their marital home. One of the couple's friends alleged that shortly before the tragic accident, Mukundi had brought valuers to access their house and was serious about selling it. There was a speculation that Njeri had opened a spare part business for her boyfriend. It is alleged that workers in Mukundi's car wash in Ndindegwa found used condoms in Njeri's car. Mukundi had confided in his friend that he had found out that Njeri was seeing another man, which made him depressed as he could not live with this shame. Given Mukundi's hot temper, his friend believed Njeri's affairs was the reason for these actions. Workers in their home alleged that Mukundi and Njeri fought over having not children. For 10 years, they didn't have kids. According to Njeri's friend, she deeply wanted children, and after her 30th birthday and losing a very close friend, would left behind a child. However, it is alleged that Mukundi either didn't want to have more children since he already had 3 from his previous marriage, or he was traveling to sire them. Another rumor was that Njeri had shown up at the house pregnant by another man, leading to the tragedy. This was after Dr. Johansen Odwor conducted an autopsy of both Njeri and Mukundi on Friday, 6 August 2021. The autopsy results showed that Njeri was not pregnant. The report showed that Njeri died from firearm wounds, 2 to the head and 2 to the abdomen. This paints a picture of how angry Mukundi was. For Mukundi, he succumbed to a single firearm injury at the head. All theories as to why Mukundi did what he did are speculations, therefore, take them with a grain of salt and do not be quick to pass judgment on Njeri. Roughly a week after this, Njeri was laid to rest at her mother's home. That was 10th August 2021 as seen here. In a way that aimed to reclaim Njeri's identity by dissociating her from Mukundi, she was buried separately from him, and understandably, his family did not attend her burial. Eulogy and cross name was her mother's and not Mukundi's. Her friends eulogized her as beautiful, loving, outgoing, and dependable. Although she did not speak at the funeral, her mom gave her a beautiful tribute that was read by Njeri's aunt, as seen here.
A daughter is a mother's best friend. Njeri, my one only child, it hurts me that you are gone, but I'm thankful for the best that years of my life that you gave me. Through it all, you have always been there. It's always been me and you against it all. We are my source You are my source of joy, my pillar of strength when I thought I couldn't make it. Whenever I looked at your smile and laugh, I yearned to fight for another day. I'm jealous of heaven, for it has gained an angel of my precious princess. I cried when you passed. I have cried every day since then. Although I loved you so dearly, it was beyond me to make you stay longer. Yours was a golden heart that stopped beating. Every hard-working hand that were put to rest in your passing, God broke my heart to prove that He takes the best, for indeed you are. The void you have left in my heart will never be filled by anyone. I will hold dearly the memories we created, for they will be the ones to keep me going. Fare thee well, my dearest daughter, love, Mom. Amen.
Two days later, Mukundi was buried at his parents' home as seen here. During the burial, Mukundi was celebrated as the generous, down-to-earth, and a gentle soul. The burial speakers also called of the need to address mental health challenges among men, as it was evident to them Mukundi was struggling with his mental health, which triggered him. The case between Mukundi and Njeri is complex. Do not be quick to judge or ask why didn't she leave. She left, but she was lured back. Research shows that it can take victims at least 7 attempts to break free from the abusers. It highlights how difficult it is for victims to escape from the abuser's grasp. This case is a stark reminder of challenges society is struggling with, such as mental challenges, domestic violence, toxic relationship, and transactional relationships. Regardless of your socioeconomic status, anyone can be a victim of domestic violence. Always exercise caution when meeting with an ex. Our deepest condolences to the families and friends of the couple. May they rest in peace. I hope that you found the video helpful and enjoyable. Kindly like, subscribe, and share to support my channel. Bye bye for now. Let's meet in our next video.